Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of the Battle Spot Double Series. So, we are using a cool team designed by Alexis VGC, who was actually passed the team by Sidonia. So, this is actually a really cool team. It's Nidoqueen, the Cresselia, Hawlucha, Tapu Fini, Manectric, and Kangaskhan. Now, Nidoqueen's cool. Life Orb Sheer Force is always cool. We have seen Nidoqueen in VGC before. VGC 2015 was probably its most notable year. They went Senior US Nationals with Bennett Piercy, and it's a pretty cool mon. It's just defensive, and with Life Orb Sheer Force just does so much damage. And I think Poison Ground type is actually amazing. Like, it's actually amazing. As we find our first opponent from Japan, but yeah, and we also got this Misty Seed Hawlucha, which I actually don't know what set is, so let's find out together. What is this set? Acrobatics, Tailwind, Encore, Rain Dance. That is a pretty neat set. It's also the choice specs, so it's like the him only we have used earlier. Volt Switch, Thunder, Snarl, Manectric, ooh. Big Up, Frustration, Sucker Punch, Stomp on Kangaskhan, huh? For flinches. Sight, Shock, Icy Wind, Helping Hand, Toxic. How does this team be Ferrothorn? This team doesn't actually be Ferrothorn. Stomp has, I think, a 20% or 30% chance to flinch. But, okay, we're running out of time here. But what do I want to use? We also see an opponent with Mega Manectric here. There's no Trick Room and has Gigalith and Muck. Okay, so Nidoqueen's actually really solid in this matchup if I'm able to pick up the knockouts that I need. I think I want to go Cresselia here. Cresselia Tapu Fini actually seems very solid here. I'm going to go Manectric as the Mega just because I think Manectric's more solid and it can do more damage overall. And I think I definitely want Nidoqueen in the back. Unfortunately, we're not bringing the Hawlucha, but I don't feel like Hawlucha really does much. Without a Fire-type move, Acrobatics isn't really going to be doing too much damage like any of my opponent's Pokemon. So let us see how this is going to go. But yeah, this should be a pretty fun experience. It's always cool just to experiment with different Pokemon. And Hawlucha I've never used before. I have considered it in theory, but I've never actually put it to the test. And yeah, Nidoqueen is such a cool Pokemon. Although I do like Nidoking because Nidoking's more offensive, but we'll see here. It's going to be the Muck Milotic, so very solid lead from my opponent's part. Like, Milotic's such a big threat. I don't have a good answer to Milotic. Do I need Tapu Fini is the question. I really don't need Tapu Fini for much. I could just Helping Hand Moonblast the Milotic, which is something I'm considering, because if I Helping Hand my Moonblast to Milotic, it can go a long way. Yeah, so I'm gonna Helping Hand Moonblast to Milotic, because Milotic's the biggest threat to my, basically, it's the biggest threat to my team for the Nidoqueen sweep. So I do want to try to get rid of it as fast as possible. I kind of regret not leading off Manectric. I think Manectric would have been a solid call here because I could normal Volt Switch. But then again, my opponent might have Manectric in the back. So Moonblast is going to come out, Helping Hand boosted into the Milotic. And that is going to pick up an easy KO with the critical hit. Very unfortunate, depending on its set. I'm pretty sure it was probably bulky. So yeah, that's super unfortunate for my opponent. Knockoff into Cresselia. That does absolutely nothing. That's neutral knockoff. Cresselia just, you know, such a monster. Let's be honest, like, Cresselia is actually such a beast. Celesteela is going to come out, which is fine because Celesteela really can't be doing too much damage here. So, I kind of want to double switch, to be honest. Because Cresselia doesn't really do much, so I'd rather go into Manectric. And Tapu Fini could be useful for later. I could be risking Heavy Slam plus Poison Jab, but that shouldn't be able to knock out Nidoqueen. So at least I got something like that going on. So I'd rather just go for trying to get Manectric in, maybe Intimidate for that Celesteela, as well as the Nidoqueen. Luckily, I don't have to worry about competitive. But yeah, getting rid of that Milotic is just so crucial for me. And yeah, very unfortunate for my opponent. So Manectric into the game, as well as my Nidoqueen Giga Drain. Okay, that does less damage, I think. And Poison Jab. Okay, so that's not really going to do anything at all. So, yeah, look at that. Nidoqueen taking that damage up. Whew. Okay. So, I wonder if my opponent... if it's Special Celesteela, I'm not really too worried. I think I could actually just Snarl this Celesteela up. And Earth Power. Muck. Then again, Muck shouldn't be able to do much, so it might protect here. I think I'm just gonna Snarl and protect here because it catches my Manectric switching if my opponent does go into Manectric here, which is definitely possible. And I'd rather Snarl protect here so I can Snarl again to Celesteela. And then Celesteela's not doing anything to Nidoqueen, so I don't have to prioritize on getting rid of it right away. So we also get the Intimidate onto both these Pokemon, which does help in the long game, as well as weakens a Heavy Slam if my opponent is like mixed or something. But Snarl will be able to cover like a Flash Cannon, and Intimidate covers the Heavy Slam. So Muck is going to protect here, which is, which makes a lot of sense here, and we are going to see what from the Celesteela, as I do go for Snarl here, trying to catch that Manectric on the switch in potentially, as, yeah, Celesteela, special attack drop, and it's just going to go for Flash Cannon into that Nidoqueen slot. So I really have to wonder, what is my opponent's last Pokemon? If it is Salamence, I'm not really too worried about it as much. If it is that Manectric though, it could be a bit problematic. I think I want to go for Thunder, just go for Thunder here. Because I feel like if my opponent was going to go for the Manectric switch and you were going to go for it last turn. So I'm actually going to Earth Power the Muck, and I'm just going to Thunder to Celesteela and see how it goes. If Celesteela switches out, that's fine. I get the knockout onto the Muck anyway, so it's not too bad. And again, if Muck switches out into Salamence to take the Earth Power, then I'm good either way. So we're going to see the switch out of Manectric. Very solid play. So I kind of regret not going for Snarl. But yeah, I'm just going to be able to knock out the Muck anyway, which is like really crucial here. Getting rid of this Muck is so good for my team. Or not. That's AV Muck? No, wait, no, they didn't protect. Wait, we're Life Orb. That's just Black Sludge? Man, you got me so hyped thinking I'd be able to knock out the Muck, and you don't even pick up the knockout Muck. Ah, that's frustrating. I will be able to Snarl here though. And I think just protect here. Like, things I'm looking at right now, I don't really need my Cresselia anymore in this game, which is something to note here. So, Cresselia is pretty much useless in this game. I kind of just want to Earth Power because Snarl is so obvious into the Manectric slot. You know what, I'm going to Earth Power the Muck again. Maybe my opponent expects to double protect. I feel like if you're my opponent, you have to make plays now. As you're going to switch out Muck into Celesteela, so that's also a good play by my opponent, keeping the Muck for the late game. But we'll see what you do with Manectric here. It's regular Manectric, or you're choosing not to Mega Evolve for that Lightning Rod? Smart. Snarl does so much though. I should have doubled in the Manectric. Flamethrower is going to come out, but that shouldn't pick up the knockout on the Nidoqueen. Oh, it's going to target out my Manectric instead. Again, not doing too much. Okay. And Misty Terrain disappears from the battlefield. And yeah, if you're not Mega Evolving, I get the Snarl and I get to Earth Power the Manectric slot once again. I don't care if Manectric protects or not. I don't care if it switches out. -2 Celesteela isn't going to do too much to my Nidoqueen anyway. And of course, like, yeah, even if you protect here, like at this rate, I'm still going to win. Like, that Snarl chip damage is just so much. It's like coming down so much. So Snarl is going to come out in the Celesteela. Again, that little bit of chip is always going to be useful. It's probably AV. I think it's AV Celesteela, so I don't think it gets recovery here. As Flash Cannon is going to come out in a Nidoqueen. How much it's going to do? Crit? Yeah, that's fine. Wait, that's not crit? Am I underestimating Nidoqueen's bulk, or is that Spec Celesteela? No, we saw Giga Drain and Flash Cannon. Huh. I'm really confused, actually. So I'm actually going to go into Tapu Fini because there should be no way for my opponent's Manectric to actually knock out my Tapu Fini. And yeah, I'd rather go for a Muddy Water plus Snarl right here. Because the fact that is this opponent's Manectric cannot knock out my Tapu Fini, which is so crucial right here. So I'd rather go for the Muddy Water here and try to pick up the knockout onto that Muck, as well as damage the Celesteela for a late game. So Snarl here and Muddy Water. I'm pretty sure we've already confirmed that's AV. I would assume that. So Snarl plus Muddy Water should still be able to knock out Manectric unless my opponent has Snarl of his own, or maybe goes for like Thunderbolt. But Thunderbolt shouldn't knock out my Tapu Fini unless it crits, obviously. And Muddy Water plus Snarl covers everything, covers the Muck, gets damage on Celesteela, and my opponent's just going to stay in. So I keep going for Snarls, and not Mega Evolving I feel like might be a mistake at this point because of the fact now, yeah, you're not going to be able to do much damage. Oh, you're just going to Volt Switch. Okay, that's smart then. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, because as long as I am able to get rid of the Celesteela, like, you still have no way to beat my Manectric at this point. Like, my Manectric's still doing a lot of work against your team. Muck is going to come out, but Muddy Water is going to come out, and that should be able to knock out the Muck. It does connect here with both the Muck and the Celesteela, which is very fortunate too. So I'm going to be able to get this Muddy Water off. And yeah, that's definitely AV. Doesn't even knock out the Muck, huh? Giga Drain's going to come out, but that really shouldn't be doing too much to Tapu Fini. Yeah, that really doesn't do too much. And at this point, like, I'm not sure if you're going to say, oh, I'm going to switch into my, okay. So here's the interesting part. Now that Muck survived, that's actually huge because you don't get the free switch in to your main Matrix. So if you want to save Celesteela, because I could Thunder plus Muddy Water here, unless one of these attacks miss, I do pick up the knockout onto that slot. So I feel like I can just pin down my opponent right here with Thunder plus Muddy Water. And yeah, my opponent forced to protect Muck, so I should be able to get a Thunder off into this Celesteela, or, you know, dodge. I guess that's fair because of the Moonblast crit from earlier. A bit annoying. Could have went for Snarl there potentially, but not too bad still. I get a really powerful Muddy Water off too into Celesteela. And again, like this Celesteela recovers a bit with Giga Drain, but doesn't really do too much otherwise. But yeah, this endgame's gonna be so weird. This endgame's definitely one of the weirder ones. So again, I can make the same play because Muddy Water will be able to knock out the Celesteela. Unless it's a Shadow Sneak on Muck. If it is Shadow Sneak, I might have to consider that an option. Well, if he Shadow Sneaks and switches out. Do you run Shadow Sneak in this format? I honestly am not sure if you do. Oh, I also could have Volt Switched there, but I didn't want to. I'm just gonna Thunder Muddy Water. If you switch out Celesteela in the main Trick, you do have Shadow Sneak. Like, that has to be a fact. So I don't know if my opponent's going to switch out here. You're actually going to switch out the Muck in the main Trick, which is perfectly fine because I felt like main Trick was the scariest Pokemon to deal with here. So I do not mind trading right here. I honestly do not mind trading right here. As let's see what my opponent is going to do, as I will be able to get Muddy Water. Does connect with the main Trick. That was the important target. So now I can get a Thunder off into Celesteela later in the game, and we should be good. Yeah, like look at how much Muddy Water has been chipping away at that Celesteela. And Flash Cannon is going to come out, targeting down my Fini, just in case I decide to switch for some reason, as Tapu Fini is going to go down. And now it's Cresselia combined with my Manectric. But Celesteela can't do anything. Like, Celesteela, Giga Drain, Flash Cannon, it's still like at -1. I think it's at -1. Let's see. I've gone for so many Snarls in this game, I cannot remember how much like this Celesteela has actually done. So, let me see. How much has this? No, it's actually a neutral. Oh, that could be troublesome then. Although Helping Hand Volt Switch should be able to knock out Celesteela, I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna Helping Hand Volt Switch. It should be able to knock out Celesteela. And then I can Helping Hand Volt Switch the Muck. I'm not sure if Muck protects or not, but Celesteela can't protect at this point, so I do go for it anyway. So yeah, no protect from Muck, which does make sense here, as I do get the Volt Switch off. It will be able to pick up the knockout on Celesteela, and the Muck shouldn't be able to knock out my Manectric with how bulky it seems. Yeah, Poison Jab's gonna come out, that shouldn't pick up the knockout. Yeah. And now I can just Helping Hand Volt Switch the Muck, and that should be able to pick up the knockout. I'd assume so, at least. If it doesn't, we have a lot of problems here. But Helping Hand Volt Switch, how much is this Manectric special attack? Oh, it's definitely not near max special attack at all. What the heck? We might not be able to knock out this Muck, maybe. I'm using a Helping Hand Volt Switch. I mean, Muck should protect here. Gain your little Black Sludge recovery. Yep. You might even try to go for the double. Do I have to hit Thunder? I feel like I might have to. I don't feel like I have to yet, though. I feel like Helping Hand Volt Switch will pick up. I feel like Helping Hand Volt Switch might just be a roll, to be honest, at this point. So I'm gonna go for it anyway. I hope my opponent doesn't go for the double and gets it. It might be your play if you feel like you can't take it, but yeah, we'll see here. Helping Hand comes out from the Manectric, and Volt Switch is gonna come out. Well, let's pick up the knockout on Muck. It does. I think that barely got in. We will take the first game. Quite a long one. Yeah, it was really downhill for my opponent turn 1 with the lucky crit on the Tapu Fini. But yeah, of course, paid back later in the game. Thunder did miss the Celesteela, but yeah, my luck was such a huge Pokemon there, and my opponent just lost to turn 1, so very unfortunate for my opponent, but yeah, nothing I can really do. and he still almost brought it back, which is kind of like a skill of a very strong player, because he played really well, and that was a tough game to potentially win. I didn't even realize, like, yeah, you could, even if you don't Mega Evolve main actually you get the Lightning Rod, but I didn't think he would not Mega Evolve for that long, to be honest, of a game, just because of the fact, you know, that I didn't expect him to keep going for it, and then to Volt Switch. Like, that turn was beautiful. The turn he Volt Switched in normal form, that was actually good. That was actually amazing, because I didn't consider that. But yeah, our second opponent of the day is Heisenberg from the United States, with a team of Tapu Bulu, Aromantis, Camerupt, Persian, Snorlax, and Staraptor. What a crazy team! Wow. The teams we have been using and facing are kind of crazy lately. That Nidoqueen's such a pain, though. It really is. Magnetic's not really a good call here. Magnetic really doesn't do anything other than Intimidate. I think Nidoqueen plus the Kangaskhan is the way to go in this matchup. It definitely is. I think I definitely want Tapu Fini in as well. And I think Cresselia in the back is the smartest call. Alucha's actually alright here though. I'm thinking Hawlucha just because... Actually, no. Cresselia is not the call here. The reason why Cresselia is not the call here is because if that Snorlax starts to set up, it's going to be problematic. So I'd rather have the ability to Encore and shut down that Snorlax, so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, this team doesn't really have a good answer to Lax. It really doesn't have a good answer to Snorlax. I mean, we do have Stomp. We can stomp on that Snorlax all day and see if it moves. That actually sounds... Oh my god. Think about that. That sounds brutal. Like, imagine like Mama Kangaskhan and Baby Kangaskhan at a playground, and then they're just stomping on this kid with parental bond. That actually just sounds so violent. Oh my lord, that actually does sound so violent. And Pokemon's just supposed to be a fun game, unless you read Adventures. If anyone hasn't read Adventures, that's such a that's so good. It's so good. Let's see here though. What is my opponent gonna lead? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like Staraptor or Persian plus Aromantis. It's gonna be Staraptor or Aromantis, so I get a fake out Sludge Bomb here. The problem is I don't know how weak the Aromantis... I don't know how strong the Kangaskhan is, to be honest. Because I can fake out Staraptor and Sludge Bomb, right? My opponent might predict that. I also don't know. I'm kind of downing Nidoqueen because it couldn't even KO the Muck from earlier. Why does this Nido... Is this right? Nidoqueen's max special attack? It doesn't look like it. So I could fake out into Aromantis Protect here on the final Gambit and then Sucker Punch Sludge Bomb, but I don't know Sucker Punch at -1 will be able to do the work onto the Staraptor to put it out of final Gambit range to knock out my Nidoqueen. So I think the safe play is just to fake out Staraptor and go for Sludge Bomb. Maybe the Staraptor switches out into the Persian, but that means like you have one Trick Room Sweeper in Camerupt, and that doesn't usually beat my Tapu Fini. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see what my opponent has in the back. I also don't think Sludge Bomb knocks out Aromantis. I don't think it does. Like, no way. No way. Also, another play I could have done was just Protect Stomp the Aromantis. Hope I get the fake out. I hope I get the flinch. But yeah, no switch outs from my opponent. I am going to be able to fake out the Staraptor here. And yeah, that is okay damage as Staraptor does flinch, and I will be able to get a Sludge Bomb into the Aromantis. Does this pick up the knockout? I doubt it. Yeah, so close, so close, so close, but not enough. And Trick Room is going to be set up. Okay, that is problematic. I'm pretty sure Aromantis forced to protect here though, so that's at least something that's good. And what are my opponent's Trick Room sweepers? Bulu, Snorlax, and Camerupt. I feel like you would have Bulu plus the Camerupt in the back. Oh, maybe your Nature's Power Camerupt. Oh, that could be problematic. I'm gonna go for Ice Beam into the Staraptor, since I'm pretty sure Aromantis does protect here. And I'm gonna switch out into my Tapu Fini, I feel like. I'm going to preserve Fake Out for later, and I want the Tapu Fini coming in because it threatens to Camerupt, as Aromantis is going to hard switch out and go into Camerupt itself. So Camerupt is going to come out, which is again a very scary Pokemon to deal with. It is a very scary Pokemon to deal with. Tapu Fini will be coming out though. Oh man, now it's like a bunch of questions. I will be able to get the Ice Beam off into the Star Raptor, so Star Raptor goes down, so I don't have to worry about final Gambit damage, or I don't have to worry about like Star Raptor, you know, potentially sweeping a late game. So I do get that knockout. However, the Tapu Bulu most likely comes in now. It's gonna be problematic to deal with. Yeah, I'm trying to think, how do I counter the Tapu Bulu? I mean, luckily 2 turns of Trick Room are gone, 3 more left. It's Aromatisse coming back out. I don't know about that. Do you have something for Tapu Fini? Because in this case, I can Earth Power Muddy Water here. I do want a Muddy Water here because I do need damage on the Aromatisse if Nidoqueen goes down. So I'm going to double up the camera up slot. I don't know why Aromatisse comes out. Maybe you don't have Tapu Bulu, which is like the only logical explanation I can think of. But I feel like if you have Tapu Bulu, you definitely bring it out here because you can threaten the double knockout here. But if you don't have Tapu Bulu, I'll take this because Earth Power should be able to knock out Camerupt or Muddy Water. So we're gonna see the Protect here. So does this Aromatisse have like a trick up its sleeve? Just a Moonblast. Okay. Gonna go out into Tapu Fini. Nowhere near enough damage. As Muddy Water does come out. Aromatisse avoids the attack. Unfortunate, because I could have potentially picked up a double knockout the following turn. But, yeah. But he's still on his own Trick Room turns. Yeah, 2 more turns of Trick Room left. I go for the same play no matter what, even if you switch out. Even if you double into Fini. Like, this is still the safest and the best play I can make here. So, we're going to see the Camerupt Mega Evolve here. So, it will be the Mega Camerupt. And we'll see. Probably Earth Power Moonblast double up into Fini? Oh, Sunny Day. Can he still lift the Specs Muddy Water though? This is going to be a really interesting one. Oh, Eruption. That's definitely killing Nidoqueen. Yeah. Definitely killing Nidoqueen and Muddy Water, please. Come on! I should have just clicked Scald. I regret it. I'm going to Kang. And I click Fake Out into Camerupt into Muddy Water again. That's so unfortunate, though. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, I Fake Out Muddy Water here. There's no other play. I had to stop Camerupt from attacking here. Otherwise, Camerupt gets a double knockout with Eruption once again. I don't know what Aromatisse does, but yeah. I mean, still not over, but it really depends on, like, that cost me a lot of momentum there, because now I don't know what my opponent's last Pokemon is. And if it's a Pokemon that's problematic, yeah, it can be a Pokemon that's problematic, because something like a Tapu Bulu could be problematic. Snorlax is definitely problematic. Now that, well, I guess if it is Snorlax in the back, I don't have to worry about it setting up, so that's like something that's beautiful right here. But, like, if you switch out Camerupt right here into that Snorlax, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a huge problem for me. Or Moonblast crits the Fini. Moonblast shouldn't be able to knock out Fini based on the damage from earlier, but still. It is Snorlax in the back, yeah. So I am going to go for Fake Out into the Snorlax, just get some chip. Maybe I can get Accuracy Drop, man. So Kangaskhan doesn't do damage anymore. Moonblast is going to go out into the Fini. Kind of surprised you don't go for the Kangaskhan right there, because I feel like Fini's in range for any attack from Snorlax anyway, as I will be able to get a Muddy Water. Accuracy does drop on the Snorlax though, which is great. Trick Room returns to normal. 3 turns of Sun left. I go for Frustration into Aromatisse. I hope it's still max base power. And I'm going to switch into Hawlucha to get a Rain Dance, actually. Rain Dance can help you in this matchup, actually. So, at least we got something. And we have Encore for the Snorlax. So, yeah, this match is coming down quite close to the wire, but we'll see. I mean, I definitely frustration the Aromatisse here. I'm pretty sure my opponent doesn't have, like, a poke. I don't think my opponent has Protect here. I kind of wish this Kangaskhan did have Double Edge, though, because the lack of damage output is, like, something that's so crucial right here. Like, on this team, I feel like right now I need the damage output more than I need, like, just standard damage. So we'll see what my opponent does. I at least have Stomp. Stomp is a good move. It is a good move. So Tapu Fini will switch out into the Hawlucha, gain that Misty Seed. So we're finally going to bring the Hawlucha as Misty Seed is going to activate, raising my special defense. Doesn't really matter too much though in the situation. Frustration into the Aromatisse will pick up the knockout, so Aromatisse does go down. And what Snorlax is going to do? If it curses, that's a problem. It's just going to return. Okay. Into the Kangaskhan. Ooh, not even a Feeny? Huh. That's a questionable decision. Maybe expecting Feeny to protect there. But yeah, Camerupt's gonna come out. Not much I can do about it. I think I'll go for the Stomp into the Camerupt. And, you know, try to flinch it. And I'll go for a Rain Dance here to try and boost my Feeny later in the game. But yeah, I'm gonna Stomp this Camerupt, hope it flinches, as well as Rain Dance, so in case I don't flinch, Eruption's not gonna be doing too much damage in the rain. Actually, yeah, it's Sunny Day still up, so yeah, this is the play. And yeah, this is still gonna be a hard end game because I don't know what the Snorlax will do. Honestly, I have no idea what the Snorlax will do, because Snorlax can just win by frustrating now. Which is the problem because, yeah, I had to worry about this Camerupt because of the fact I missed, so yeah. Rain Dance is going to come out. Like, even if Muddy Water didn't knock out, it at least put it into range of Sucker Punch, which would have been huge. So Stomp into the Camerupt. 2 chances to flinch. That does some good damage. Huh. Heat Wave misses the Kangaskhan, I'll take that. You do not deserve to hit. And the return into the Kangaskhan once again. Come on, this game. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. -1 you're a -1 accuracy too. That's so dumb. So now I go for Muddy Water because I'm forced to anyway, and I'll go for Acrobatics. But Snorlax, if it just hits one move, it wins the game. If it doesn't hit, it comes down to whether it hits or not. That's basically what this game comes down to. It's hit every return, and it should be a -1 accuracy. So please miss for one time, or misclick or something, or don't protect your camera so I can win with Hawlucha anyway. Although I'm not sure if Hawlucha can do 2 returns. And I'm not sure if it can KO back with Acrobatics. So we'll see here. So Camerupt is going to protect. It really comes down to this Muddy Water, or maybe Acrobatics puts the Snorlax a little bit above berry range, so Muddy Water can maybe crit, pick up the knockout. But yeah, we're going to see the berry, the 50% berry into the Snorlax. Going to heal back up. Any Muddy Water. Come on, connect with the Snorlax. Yes, now lower its accuracy and have Snorlax miss. That's a lot of Snorlax. And nope. Ah, this game's great. This game's great. I mean, yeah, I am clicking Muddy Water, so maybe I should click Scald and a Camerupt, which might have been better in general. So I guess that's something I could look back at, but it's just annoying. Like, you have that move, I feel like it's the best position to click it, and then you don't even like do anything. So I'm gonna Encore Camerupt into Protect, so because maybe if I crit the Snorlax with Acrobatics, I can still win. So I'm gonna Encore this Camerupt and hope I can crit the Snorlax the following turn. So as Snorlax recycles, I can Encore that too. So I could Encore, yeah. I'm gonna Encore the Snorlax into Recycle. Okay, maybe my opponent gave me a way to get back in this game. Camerupt's just gonna protect here, so yeah, it's forced to protect. So this is the best play of Encoring the Snorlax and hoping I can get some kind of massive critical hit on the Snorlax in the future. I could have went for the crit there, but I feel like it's safer just to do that and go for Acrobatics this turn into the Camerupt. But yeah, this is still like a game that looks pretty much over in my perspective. But you know, slight window of opportunity. You even get the double. Which is unfortunate for me because now your Camerupt's probably out of Encores now, and then Snorlax is gonna wake up the following turn. Although I can Encore the Camerupt. Actually, no, I could just Encore the Camerupt again. But I'm like running out of Encores too, which is kind of annoying. And Snorlax does have one more turn of Encore. You are gonna fail Encore here. I mean, you are gonna fail Protect this turn, so you're gonna get Protect the following turn. Then I Encore the Snorlax. Yeah, there's like still a way to win, but it's like very unlikely. Really is very unlikely I do win this game. So I am just gonna wait. Did the Snorlax Encore end? Yeah. So I'm gonna Encore the Snorlax. Camera gets one Protect. I want to see at least how close I can bring it. Because again, like Hawlucha critting Acrobatics could potentially win the game. This is why I wish I had High Jump Kick, man. High Jump Kick would have actually like sealed it up. For me. Over Rain Dance. But yeah, I'm gonna Acrobatics. I could also win on Player Timer. Because at this point I can win on Player Timer. He doesn't get the double this time, so I get the Acrobatics off. Into Camerupt, and Recycle goes off. Now, I feel like you should just... protect with Camerupt. I feel like you should protect with Camerupt so Snorlax and Camerupt don't have the same time to Encore. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for the crit now onto Snorlax and hope I get it. If I crit the Snorlax, I do win the game. So that's one thing. Yeah, because you should protect Camerupt here. So I'm gonna go for it into the Snorlax. So crit the Snorlax, win the game, Hawlucha. I don't even think crit would have knocked it out, to be honest. And yeah. I'm at least bringing that camera up down with me though. I'm at least bringing that camera up down with me. That camera up's going down. Down. So Acrobatics is gonna finish off the camera up. And the Snorlax is going to be able to pick up the return. Yeah, with return. Well, it's not going to pick up the knockout with Frustration. Shouldn't knock out Hawlucha in one shot, but yeah. But yeah. I'm just going to forfeit here because Hawlucha... I don't know. Let's just go Hawlucha. But yeah. Looking back at it, of course I could have made the plays. I just went for Scald. I think if I just went for Scald, it might have been better. But of course, same thing happens if I hit Muddy Water, because I feel like hitting Muddy Water there is because I wanted the 2 KO on Aromatisse, so I could potentially just knock it out on the turn Trick Room ends, and then force my opponent to bring the Pokemon out. And Muddy Water, even if it doesn't knock out the camera up, like I'm able to put it probably in Sucker Punch range, which is, you know, pretty ideal there, because I can Muddy Water, Sucker Punch, then Muddy Water, and it would still hit like anything on my opponent's team, which is why I want to click Muddy Water. And like, you have moves because you want to click them, right? So I feel like, even though I had Scald, which was, you know, safer, I would have gotten more momentum with Muddy Water, because if Muddy Water hits the Aromatisse once and the Camerupt once, it puts them in range of like Kangaskhan's attacks, right? One Muddy Water puts the Aromatisse in Frustration range, while the other one puts the Camerupt probably in Sucker Punch range, which is what I wanted. But yeah, hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of Devil's Battle Spot. Though if you did, please leave a like down below, show some support, as well as you can check out the other stuff, the social medias down below, the QR code team down below, but global link's kind of down anyway right now, so it doesn't even matter at this point. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming soon, but hope to see you in the next episode. Have a good day, people, and I'll catch you around next time.